say that it feels right.
Hey guys, welcome back for another Clash Royale video. So in today's video, we will be taking a look at some top ladder Hawk Rider mini Pekka deck, which is played by Youssef, who is I think one of the best, if not currently the best player with this deck. He's 25 in the world right now, and there's only a few hours left before the season ends. And yeah, let's see how he got there. So without further ado, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well as like the video, and don't forget to follow Youssef on Twitter as well. He does have a YouTube also, so yeah, don't forget to subscribe to him. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into our first replay. Okay, on to our first game against phatcat, who is Carpi, and he is widely considered to be the best Pekka bridge spam player. And let's see how Youssef fare off with him. And he's gonna start off the game by cycling a fast spirit. Carpi is gonna do bridge spam stuff, which is cycling bandit at back. And now Fireball comes down for the princess. Mini Pekka is played onto your bandit. Now Hawk Rider to pressure opposite lane, so that phatcat has to spam elixir on both lanes. Bats to try to slow down the E-Wiz a little bit. The Hawk does manage to get a couple shots in, which is pretty great. Now Log is played, Ice Golem as well. Now Fire Spirit will play and will be played and jump onto the bobs as well as the ghost. So a pretty nice defense right there. And now he has a significant lead over phatcat. So Carpi is gonna play bandit in front of the king tower, anticipating something. Now a fireball comes out for the princess once again. Hawk is played at the bridge, does manage to get a shot despite the E-Wiz being played, and now bats to try to chip away at those troops. So things are looking pretty great for Youssef right now. Ghost was to anticipating something, probably. And now just Ice Golem to tank for the ghost. Magic Archer plays in the middle so that doesn't get rocket or something like that. Lock onto the Magic Archer, obviously. Now Bandit is played at the back. Mini Pekka to support the princess, and Hawk is answered by the Pekka, which won't get a shot. So Carpi now has a sizable push on both lanes. Ice Golem to pull everything. Now bats are played as well, which Carpi won't zap, surprisingly. And now another Hawk is played because this is a fast cycle deck, so yeah, he cycled back to another Hawk. Zap to prevent another Hawk hit. Fire Spirit to tank for the bandit. Log as well. Now Ghost anticipating something. Mini Pekka is played. A Pekka is played by Carpi. Now bats are played because doesn't have zap. He's gonna ignore the Magic Archer because the threat on the left lane is much more bigger, I assume. Now he's gonna play a Hawk. The Pekka won't get a shot, which is very fortunate for him. And the Hawk manages to get a shot on the tower. Now Ice Golem to tank. So at this point he can just defend and rocket cycle if he wants to, but we'll see how. So this is gonna be a style of defense once again. Ice Golem to tank for the Mini Pekka, and now bats are played once again, and he's gonna go in with Hawk most likely. E-Wiz as well as Bandit came down. Hawk won't get a shot. Now Ice Golem to tank once again. Fire Spirit to soak up the Bandit dash. And now it's triple elixir time, which means he can just defend and rocket. He's gonna play the Hawk to pull the units back, and mini Pekka for the barbs from the battle ram, and the Hawk will get onto the tower and it's rocket range right now. Ice Golem to kite the Rogos and a rocket sent. So yeah, a very nice game against phatcat, which is, like I said, one of the best, if not the best Pekka Bridge Band player. On to our next game against Tengod, who is a CRL player, and he's using RG, which is a very hard matchup according to Youssef, because he's the specialist, so yeah, he knows the matchup obviously. So yeah, let's see how Tengod falls victim to him. Ice Golem to block the Fisherman. Because you only have mini Pekka for the RG, I think, and there are a lot of troops that can deal with it, especially the Fisherman, which is very annoying. Now bats are played okay, a cycle at the back, a cycle in front, and now he's gonna pressure with everything that he has in hand, Hawk as well as mini Pekka. The Hawk will actually manage to get a lot of damage. Now Ice Golem to tank for the Mother Witch. So okay, Tengod could have went in with RG and he does it now. Now he's gonna play bats as well as log because he knew that electro spirits are coming down. And mini Pekka to tank for the bats, so that Mother Witch can't turn any of them into pigs. So yeah, the mini Pekka is coming down the lane, which the Fisherman is really late, and now the Hawk is basically free to roam on the tower. So yeah, the Hawk will actually get a lot of damage, bringing the tower down to 780. And Youssef is onto a big lead on both lanes. Lot comes down for the Princess. And yeah, like he said it's a bad matchup because I assume he meant it's very hard to defend against the RG if the player plays it like really good. Hawk and Ice Golem must play to pressure opposite lane because he knew that Tengod would go in on the right lane. A Fisherman to pull the mini Pekka, that's what he meant most likely, because it's actually very annoying for Youssef to defend. It's basically impossible for him to defend. A Fire Spirit to try damage on the King Tower. And now Tengod cycles a Dark Prince at the back. Log is played onto the Dark Prince as well as a rocket, taking off the shield. So now Youssef only needs another log as well as a rocket. But Tengod of course will still try, but he decides to go in on the King Tower. Log comes down for the Princess, and another Princess comes down once again. Bats is played because the Mother Witch is locked onto the tower, and Ice Golem to tank for the Dark Prince. Yeah, so Youssef only has to defend for now, and he can just spell cycle on Tengod's tower. So a log is sent as well as a rocket, and that's gonna be GG. So yeah, bringing down a hard matchup. Very nice game by Youssef. Okay, on to our next game against Welcome, who is a Korean player who plays lavaloon. I'm also very curious to see how he will deal with lavaloon because there's only a couple cards that you can use against the lava, which are bats, princess, and fire spirits. Maybe ask him to tank and rocket for the support unit. Lock onto the tombstone, and Hawk is onto the tower, and it will get 2 shots, another shot, so 3 shots for Youssef, which is pretty great. Now a Inferno D is played. Mini Pekka to pressure because he doesn't want Welcome to make a big push. So Welcome is forced to play a Valkyrie, and now Youssef just has to Youssef can just bat onto the Inferno D and maybe Ice Golem to kite. And a Hawk to pressure same lane into the Lava Hound. Minions are played which will support the Lava Hound. Now Princess is played onto the minions. Fireball comes down immediately, but it was too slow. Mini Pekka pressure opposite lane once again. And now a lock comes down for skeletons, but I don't think the mini Pekka will get onto the tower though. And Youssef is not playing the bats because he knew that Welcome has Zap in his hands. So it's better to wait, hold on to it, and now in front of these get rocketed. I mean, yeah. Fast spreads for the pups, so he took a lot of damage, but what can I do about it? There's only a few cards that you can play against those air troops, so yeah, it's better than nothing. Now Hawk to pressure once again. He knew that Tombstone is in hand. Hawk will get 3 shots, I believe, which is once again pretty huge. And now mini Pekka to pressure Obs lane again. Skeletons will pull the mini Pekka in to the Tombstone, and a lock comes down, which will go to waste most likely. Now it's gonna try to cycle back to another Hawk and then pressures again on the opposite lane. Because if he manages to defend on the left lane, he only has to rocket and lock to finish the tower off on the left lane. Bats onto the Inferno D, Zap comes down. Now Princess is played onto everything. A Hawk is played because he knew that he can't defend, so he has to take down the tower. And Welcome is making him to spend the rocket, which is quite unfortunate. But he does have a lot of damage on the left tower, the right tower though, so let's see how Youssef will convert this into a win. Lock comes down, cycle back to another Hawk. Ice Golem is played, and now a Valkyrie is played in the middle, which gets answered by the mini Pekka. Fire Spirit to jump onto the minions, and now Rocket comes down for the balloon. So yeah, with the help of the King Tower, it's the defense becomes easier, I think. Inferno D cycled beside the tower because he wants to deny the Hawk, but Youssef plays a Ice Golem in front to tank for the Hawk. Now the Hawk is onto the tower, which will get no shots because the Welcome zapped the Hawk, which means now that the bats are really strong. Now Fireball comes down for the bats as well as the Princess, and Fast Spirit to clean up everything. Hawk to tank for the Inferno D. Bats comes down as well because he doesn't have a zap. Now he just has to defend for a couple more seconds, and he's gonna cycle back to another Hawk, and Fireball comes down, but I don't think that will stop the Hawk though, which now he only needs a rocket to take the win. So yeah, another nice game against Lavaloon, which on hindsight you would think it's pretty bad, but he's Youssef, he's the best, yeah. Okay, on to our next game against Surg TS, who is playing RG, but he has a slightly different variation from Tengod's game. Or maybe it's the same, I don't remember. So now he's gonna tank for the bats with the Ice Golem. Now he's gonna play Hawk because there's a Ice Golem in front, which the Surg has to wait to play the Fisherman. And now the King Tower is activated. Princess is played at the bridge once again, just to pressure. Dark Prince is played. And Youssef tried to predict the E-Spirit from Surge, but he didn't play it. Now the Fisherman will get some damage onto the right side tower, and Surge is just gonna RG at the back. Now a Hawk is played to pressure once again. Ice Golem as well as Mini Pekka is played onto the right lane, preparing to defend against the RG. Lightning as well as Lock comes down, but Mid Pekka survives with a sliver of health, and now Princess to pressure again. Because he knew that Surge doesn't have that much elixir. And now a Hawk is played because, yeah, the best counter to the Hawk, which is the Fisherman, is played, and now a Hawk will get a shot onto the tower, which is pretty huge. Now a Lock is played onto the Fisherman, so that it doesn't get any damage onto the left tower. Now Surg tries to do the same thing again. Now Youssef is gonna pressure with Princess at the bridge once again. Getting closer and closer towards rocket range. Now Hawk is played to tank for Dark Prince. Lightning is played, but Lock and the Mini Pekka will finish off the RG, which is very good. And now Ice Golem to tank for the Mini Pekka so that it can deal damage. I mean, it can finish off the units. Now Fast Spirit to pressure, and Bats as well. E-Spirit for the Bats, but okay, the E-Spirit was pretty clutch. Now Lock comes down just to cycle and getting closer and closer towards rocket range. Dark Prince is played at the back. Fire Spirit cycled, and now Youssef is just gonna cycle back to another Lock and applying pressure at the same time with the Hawk, which it won't connect onto the tower unfortunately, but it's in rocket range. Okay, he decided to rocket everything at the bridge because it's not enough, because he has to play another Lock to finish off the tower, and Surg went in with an RG, which got answered by Mid Pekka as well as Bats, and yeah, Surg just gave up because he's up against Youssef, man. Youssef, like I said, is the best player with this deck right now. Okay, on to our next game against Issei, who's playing Pekka Ram Rider with Lightning. Okay, Youssef is gonna start off the game with Princess at the back. He probably knew that Issei is playing Pekka Ram Rider, so he didn't went in with Princess at the bridge, because that just gives Issei a free bandit. And now Mean Pekka and Bats are played onto Ram Rider, which won't get any damage. All those troops, because Issei played an Ibis as well. Now both players are just chilling. Fire Spirit is played, but Barrel comes down, and Ice comes tank, and then Hawk maybe. Okay, it's gonna Hawk opposite lane, and Pekka comes down because Issei probably anticipated it. Mean Pekka is played and Bats onto the Pekka. Snowball comes down for the Bats, and Youssef is gonna cycle back to an Ice Golem. Meanwhile, the Mean Pekka is getting 2 shots onto the left tower, which is like pretty huge. Now he can just log and take the damage if he wants to, which is what he does. And now he's gonna wait a little bit until he reaches 10 elixir. Now it's gonna play Princess at the bridge once again, just to force out some response by Issei. Now Hawk to tank for the Bats, so that the Bats could DPS down the Baby D a little bit. Now Mean Pekka is played once again, so that Ram Rider doesn't charge onto the tower. Okay, the Fire Spirit will, and the Princess will defend against the Bandit, and Hawk to pressure opposite lane once again, because he doesn't want Issei to make a big push on the left lane. Baby D for the Bats, and now Rocket comes down for the Baby D. Bandit as well as Ewis on the right lane, which will get answered by the Mean Pekka. Issei only got a Bandit dash onto the tower, but now a Ram Rider is played. He's cycling stuff and defending at the same time. And now he's back to another Hawk. Now Pekka is played, but the Hawk still manages to get a shot. Now the Princess will get dashed by the Bandit, which is a little bit unfortunate. Ice Golem to kite the Pekka. Okay, the Ram Rider's snare is gonna slow down the Ice Golem a little bit. Lock onto Ram Rider so that it doesn't charge on the tower. Hawk Rider to kite the Pekka once again. So the Pekka is getting kited around, which is a little bit funny, but okay, the Princess will finish off the Ewis. Ice Golem to tank once again. Now he just has to cycle back to another Hawk and potentially another rocket to win. Okay, Issei plays a weird Ram Rider on the right lane though. Mini Pekka comes down to defend. It doesn't matter if the Ram Rider charges onto the tower because it's the strong side tower. And yeah, it's going to tank for the bandit, and he can just play a hawk if he wants to, but he decides to wait and just rocket the tower because he only needs another log to win. So yeah, a very nice game against Pekka Ram Rider. Okay, so I want to thank Youssef for coming onto the channel. Don't forget to follow his Twitter as well as subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link will be in the description. The links will be in the description, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. See ya.